functional aerodynamics, low-profile performance tires, a turbocharged engine. All catnip for driving enthusiasts. So is this badge, shorthand for let's go play in the street. No average Sentra, the NISMO model is the most potent version you can drive off a Nissan lot.
What does NISMO stand for? Nissan Motorsports. It's the in-house performance and tuning division, sort of like AMG for Mercedes, M for BMW, and V for Cadillac. It has a very rich history.
For decades, the engineering group has done things like win the 24 Hours of Daytona multiple times, among other titles. It's the real deal. Starting with Nissan's Sentra SR Turbo, NISMO adds a retuned suspension and steering, 18-inch wheels, the Aero bits, different fascias, plus NISMO trim outside and in. At about $27,000 as tested, you were expecting real anodized aluminum and carbon fiber? Skinny drivers will be hugged during hard gymnastics. Bigger pilots should check before buying. SR Turbo and NISMO share a 1.6-liter turbocharged four-cylinder. Right feet get 188 horsepower and 177 pound-feet of torque to play with. There's no price difference between the 6-speed manual and this specially tuned continuously variable unit with simulated manual shifting. No paddle shifters in a NISMO? Sport mode adjusts throttle response and transmission mapping.
Just so you know, there is no bump in power over the SR Turbo model.
I'll estimate the 0 to 60 sprint happens in 7 seconds on dry pavement. Ford Fiesta ST and Volkswagen GTI will win this drag race.
Low-profile tires do let sharp bumps through, but for a NISMO, this car is surprisingly comfortable.
NISMO's structure is stiffer with thicker cowl metal plus a reinforced floor and rear shelf. In hard cornering, turn-in isn't overly eager, but grip is good.
Okay, my mic probably can't pick this up, but at 5,000 RPM, there's a definite whistle that comes off the turbo.
The Aero kit reduces lift force by 30% at high speeds. When hustling down back roads, animals can jump out.
Brakes
are decent and unchanged from the SR Turbo.
Torque steer, which is a tugging of the wheel under hard acceleration with powerful front-wheel drive cars, is pretty tame here. I'm not headed straight for the ditch. I have to believe enthusiasts will go with the 6-speed manual in this car. The CVT is tuned to have simulated gear shifts, but it still feels like a continuously variable transmission, slightly rubbery, and, again, no paddle shifters.
The upgraded suspension keeps body roll and dive in check. The Ford and VW have brake torque vectoring to help in hard cornering. NISMO doesn't.
No doubt this car is fun, but it doesn't have the edge that I would expect from a car with a NISMO badge.
On specified premium gas, the EPA rates fuel economy of both transmissions at an average of 27 miles per gallon. That's about the same as the GTI, thirstier than the Fiesta, both of which run on standard fuel. The interior is simple and uncluttered, so drivers can focus on the road. The NISMO trim adds pop to the traditional cabin. Alcantara inserts improve grip. No auto climate control. NISMO cannot be had with a sunroof. That's standard on the SR Turbo. The only major option available is a $1,200 premium package with a decent Bose sound system and this bigger display. The interface is rudimentary, but simple to use.
This space is pleasant enough for 2 average-sized adults. Not a lot of frills back here.
Product planners are trying to keep this car affordable. No power ports in the rear. Don't even think about heated seats like those up front.
While this is geared for fun, it's a Sentra, so it's kind of practical. So you can take your friends to the airport and their luggage too. Even the ones that never take you.
There's quite a lift, but long stuff can be slid into the trunk. Yes, there's a spare, not a given these days. For its class, Sentra has a mammoth cargo hold. There are small crossovers that don't swallow up 7 packs of this stuff. Comparably equipped, Sentra NISMO is about $2,000 to $3,000 less than the legendary For a Reason GTI and $3,000 more than the smaller Fiesta ST and Nissan's own SR Turbo. This car offers an affordable way to drive up your insurance rates, but dedicated asphalt jockeys will want an extra dollop of NISMO attitude. Why does the NISMO not have a sunroof? To reduce weight, increase rigidity, and lower the center of gravity. Talking to the Nissan folks, their best guess at launch is that 40% of Sentra NISMO models will go for the manual, 60% will take the CVT. Fewer people take the manual in the SR Turbo. Since I have not driven the manual box, I do not know what the action is. If any of you out there in internet land drive it before I do, please post your experience, okay? It takes a village. In addition to the Ford and VW for your driving amusement, there's also the Subaru all-wheel drive WRX and rear drive BRZ if you're willing to forego two of the doors. Also, I drove the Honda Civic Sport hatchback back-to-back with the NISMO and found it quite entertaining and very refined. That's without moving up to the upcoming SI.
And can I just say, I hate shooting black cars. If you didn't know, I do all the photography on these pieces, and every streak, every small speck of dust shows on black paint. They look great. Black cars look great. They're just very, very, very difficult to shoot. I will take dark gray any day. That's Driven. I'm Tom Voelk.